Hello everyone, so I have an update here on the strikes on Iran carried out by America and Israel. This is going to be a longer video than usual, so you best get a cup of tea and some biscuits. So firstly, we're going to start with the fact that Iran has launched its first retaliation strikes. We're going to start with a successful impact on America's naval support base in Bahrain. These videos play now, showing smoke rising over the base after a successful missile strike. It was hit by at least 2 Iranian missiles, which I'll get to in a moment. And I'm going to play the videos now without me talking, showing the actual impact on it. I have two to show you. If you watch close, you can see the missile actually approaching.
Whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. What the fuck?
So, a big strike here on the American naval base. The sort of whine thing that you can hear in one of the videos, I don't think is the air raid alarm sounding, as it doesn't sound loud enough, but I can't be sure. It seems a bit quiet for me. Maybe it's some sort of industrial work or something going on at the time nearby. But this was a big hit, no doubt. And this base was hit more than once. This screenshot here from one of the videos shows smoke was rising from the naval base before the strike. So, at least 2 missiles impacted the naval base here. However, some good news, this seems like it may have been a waste of missiles, because reports are saying that this base was largely cleared out prior to this. So America evacuated much of the imported equipment and troops and ships from here to a safer place. So there was nothing of importance here. So this likely just hit base infrastructure, likely to give a nice flashy explosion for the Ayatollah to show on television and claim to have destroyed something important. He'll claim it as an aircraft carrier most likely, or something equally high value. Interestingly, the geolocation has been roughly done as the smoke rising from this area here. So, the first target hit by Iran in their retaliation strikes is looking like it could actually be a mosque. So, not the most successful of strikes here, I have to say. This is hardly going to teach America and Israel a lesson, is it? And this is here zoomed out in Bahrain. The possible successful strike here has hit Dubai. This video showing a large cloud of smoke rising over Dubai. No mention yet as to what was hit here. Some sources online are saying this was actually an intercepted missile which crashed on the city. But we need to wait for more information to be certain. That does look like a lot of smoke here to be an intercepted missile and debris, but who knows? It could be the missile caught a glancing blow, went off target and landed here rather than being hit in midair and debris falling on the city. So we need to wait for more information for this one. Now here I have some photos from Abu Dhabi for you. These show Iranian ballistic missiles being intercepted over the city. Not much context has been shared about this yet, but the likely target is this, Al Darfa Air Base. This is the main US Air Force hub in the region. Iranian sources on Telegram and Twitter all report a successful strike on the base, but Iranian sources are even less reliable than Russians were. They both operate from the same Ministry of Twaddle. So dismiss that claim as nonsense. No successful strike yet. It seems that the air defence in the area intercepted everything. This is here zoomed out. However, a successful strike has been reported from Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. This one is a big base and there's over 8,000 US troops reported there. So hopefully, this one just hit the runway or something pretty minimal, or even better, is misinformation and this base hasn't been hit. But hopefully, there are no casualties. If this is confirmed, then it's bad news for America, as this is a major airbase of theirs in the region. Satellite imagery shared by China was shared a couple of days ago, showing the deployment of Patriot batches here. So if these are still here and haven't been evacuated and the base hasn't been emptied, then these Iranian missiles managed to bypass these, or the Patriots got overwhelmed with drones and missiles, and a ballistic missile or two made it through afterwards. But there's no video or photo from here yet, so we can't confirm the strike, it's just reported on Twitter and Telegram. Now, an update on targets hit by America and Israel. So 2 places hit by the US are Iranian naval base, Asaluyeh and Chabahar naval bases shown here on this map. No video shared from here yet, just the map showing the location and reports online. However, Asaluyeh is a major target, This is known to be an underground storage complex for the Iranian Navy, in which speedboats and coastal defence missiles are stored here. Here's a photo from the inside of one of the tunnels here, showing speedboats stored here. So Iran uses a lot of these speedboats to swarm tankers and try and capture them and similar. Many of the tankers which Iran has captured in the past, or boarded in the past, has been because of these light speedboats. So these are a major target. The more of these which are out of the way, the better for shipping in the regions. Also confirmed hit was the headquarters of the IRGC, Iran's Revolutionary Guard, who are a major branch of the Iranian armed forces. This was targeted by America again, and the photos which are on screen now show a huge cloud of smoke rising from the base afterwards. This is near Damavand, shown here on Google Maps, which is about 50 kilometers from Tehran roughly. So, a long-range strike by America here. Now, an update on the generals. Israel reported early on that these strikes were targeting military leadership of Iran's foremost, and have since reported that they've got Gholam Hossein Mohseni Ejei, the head of Iran's judiciary courts, and also the Iranian army commander-in-chief Amir Hatamal. This hasn't been confirmed by Iran yet, but then Iranian confirmation can't exactly be relied on. I expect they'll prop up a mannequin in a mask and claim it's them to avoid having to admit that Israel was successful. Now here, an impressive video shared online showing the Israeli Air Force. This is filmed from Daraa, Syria, and shows about a dozen aircraft in the air. I'll play this one with the original sound for you.
هاي ثنتين 3 4 5 6 وهناك 7 هاي حلوة 2 4 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 وغاد 7 20 طيارة والله العظيم.
Now I can't recognise what types these aircraft are, but it seems like this may be an attacking force given the formation they're flying in, a sort of triangle one, rather than an air patrol to protect Israel from threats. Maybe some fighter escorts at the front and then bombers following behind. That's how I'm reading this anyway. This is here in southern Syria, heading northish at the time. No more information has been shared about these, but I guess another possibility that's just occurred to me could be that these were scrambled to get them in the air and off the ground in case of a retaliation strike taking place. I guess we can't rule that out either. And that could be the case here. The photo showing an Israeli submarine leaving Haifa port at full throttle. From what I can tell, their naval submarines, of which they have the Dolphin class and 5 in service at the moment, can't launch long-range missiles. So this one's likely scrambled because of a potential missile threat rather than to help the ongoing operations here. So there is a big threat here, as the submarines are being scrambled. Israel does have great air defence, but as we saw last time, some missiles do get through. Not many did last time, but enough to give Iran some impressive videos to share, showing successful strikes to the population. And this is here, so heading into the Mediterranean. So this wasn't scrambled to protect shipping from Iranian naval threats. This was scrambled to keep it safe and get it out of the way. Now, America is clearly taking the possibility of hits on American bases seriously. These images were shared from the 27th before the strikes, but they are worth a look at. So these are instructing United States Air Force C-17 transport aircraft to minimize ground time as much as possible. This is likely to avoid the potential of being on the ground during a missile strike by Iran, but could also be just because heavy traffic is expected at the bases, and America needs the bases clearing as quickly as possible. So don't read too much into this, but I thought it worth a quick mention. Now, here's a video which I'm sure you're going to like. So you all seem to like the last clip of the last video showing Tomahawks in flight that we saw. Here's another.
لا نروح مو مشكين باب الرعوم مشكن مشاكة ايوه مو مشكة
manevrar ويقفل لك. ولا إيران عنده.
So that is certainly an impressive sight, a flock of tomahawks in flight. Now my first thought was, imagine this sight over Russia. It'd be much better than over Iran. Russia wouldn't stand a chance. Iran operates the S-300, the Panzer and the Tor, Russia-made SAM systems, along with its own domestically developed ones, and they're proven to be completely ineffective against the ongoing operation here. Give Ukraine a bunch of tomahawks and they would absolutely be able to blitz Russia. My second takeaway was, Iraq looks to be a very beautiful place, doesn't it? This fella had an excellent view out of his window of the nearby mountains. Now, at least one tomahawk didn't reach a target. These photos were shared online, maybe two tomahawks really, and show the warheads of malfunctioning tomahawk missiles which landed in somewhere in Iraq. The ground looks different in each, so I think it's two separate ones that landed in the Kirkuk area after malfunctioning. Now, you all saw the video earlier of Iranians celebrating the US strike. That isn't the mood over the whole country. This video, I'll play without sound again. So this shows an Iranian ballistic missile launch towards US or Israeli bases. You can see the civilians are cheering. So support for the US here isn't total. The government does have support as well. No mention as to the target here or even where this was filmed. But since it was shared online, I expect the boffins from America will geolocate it and we might see a sequel where this site is also targeted. Finally, a fun little one to finish off here. So this time-lapse video shared by Flight Data shows a moment that the airspaces were cleared over Iran. You can see the flights over Iran, not a huge amount really. Most flights you can see were already diverting around the country, which makes sense given how twitchy-fingered their SAM operators are. But you can see that the few flights over Iran also suddenly scarpered, hastily evacuating the airspace and changing direction. One that you can see towards the right-hand side gets a little bit confused and starts heading back into Iran at some point. Given his lack of sense of direction, I imagine that aircraft was piloted by James May. So that's it for this video. A bit of a longer one here, but there's a lot to cover, and I hope you found this video interesting. If so, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks so much, and take care everybody.